I'm going to show you how to use serpentine tape to create a drapery panel like this. This is a very clean, modern look. It kind of gives you the look of a grommet panel or a ripple fold style panel, but it's much easier to make and you don't have to buy as much hardware and components, so it costs less to make as well. To use the serpentine tape, you're going to roll off the tape, order more than you need or purchase more than you need, about 10 inches longer than the finished width of your drapery panel. On your drapery panel, you're going to double fold a 4-inch hem in the top of the panel, fold that in and iron it. And you don't have to sew it at this point. Just lay that out on your work surface. Take the tape that you've purchased and lay it out over your drapery panel and center the tabs. It's hard to see because it is translucent, but there's tabs on the back of this tape. So you want to center them on your project. And then at the ends, you want to end up with a tab about a 1/2 inch from the end. So on your project, if the tab ends up too far past the end, just tuck in the excess between the tabs and pin that onto your heading. Or you can pre-plan, lay out your tape and measure it and then make your panel to fit the tape. On this one, I'm bringing the tape down, cut off, leaving about 1 inch or 2 and tuck that under. And then that'll get pinned on to the drapery heading and then stitched. And you're going to sew on the top of the tape, making sure you sew into the tabs, and then on the bottom of the tape as well. When you're sewing tapes on, you want to sew in the same direction each time. So you'll start and sew the top on, and then put it back under the machine and sew in the same direction. When you center your tabs, if you have a little excess tape, you can take small tucks within the tape between tabs, and you can see we have one right here. So you're just folding the tape. You're not cutting it. You're just folding the tape over for the excess tape between the tabs. After it's sewn on, you'll insert it onto a drapery rod. Now this is a 2.5 inch continental rod. That works great. You just slide it under the tabs and then it starts coming forward, creating that serpentine design. Now this is for a stationary panel. In other words, you're not going to be able to operate this panel opened and closed. So you're going to put it up and leave it up and let it just decorate your window. You can also put the tabs onto a decorative pole rod up to 1 3/8 inch diameter. Same thing, you'll slide it onto the pole rod. But you do want to plan to have a short pole rod and put another finial on the end so that the tabs don't slide around on the rod. So you'll actually use a short rod on either side of your window. I think you'll really enjoy using the serpentine tape to create custom window treatments like this.